So here we are again. This is nothing but the truth. Cole Park, Uncut Torrington. I am with Ant. It is Monday. Actually, it is Tuesday, about 8 o'clock. So I have to say I screwed up. I had did an interview with Ant on this past Sunday. Got a new camera and fooling around with the camera, I accidentally deleted the interview. So I found Ant. I wanted to get the interview up as soon as possible. So we're going to continue. So Ant had some news. It was a big story. Ant had texted me and reported that his wife Jessica had been arrested. She had a warrant. So Ant, why don't you take it from there? Um, so just fill us in on what happened from the last time we met because you guys had housing, and then you called me a couple of days later, reported that, or you texted me that Jessica had
Well,
been
I don't know so
arrested.
much about the housing and that sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, but I did get a phone call from somebody, about housing for her. So
Okay.
they're gonna talk to me about it.
Okay. Okay.
So I guess that's a good sign somewhere.
It's a
You know
good
what I mean?
sign. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So just fill us in on what happened since the last time you and I met, because I know you had some drama with something
Well,
kicked off.
a couple of days leaving the soup kitchen, there was a little incident that was going on already before we got outside or whatever.
Okay.
And police just happened to sit there and catch my wife, because of a warrant that she had.
Okay. So she had a warrant.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So they took her in.
Took her in, and it's we're homeless. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We're homeless. We have addictions. You know what I mean? And we had a bond. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's what do I do?
Okay. So what did you do? That's the question. What did you do? Because we got some good news to report about Jessica. But and what did you do?
Pretty much, I did what you would have did if I was locked up. You know what I
Okay.
mean? I sold my sneakers. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Sold what I had of value. You know what I mean? I've asked a couple people or whatever, but it's I can't blame anybody for not helping. You know what I'm saying? It's not them. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Okay.
So I went to the soup kitchen and I asked for help.
Okay.
I asked Audrey, and you met Audrey.
Yep.
I've asked her, and her team came together and helped me out with the rest of it.
So I'll just add to the story. So I ended up running into Ant. Ant had texted me earlier because I was trying to meet with him, and he let me know he was at the soup kitchen here in Torrington. So I ended up going down to the soup kitchen and meeting with Ant. And in the course of going down to the soup kitchen, I met a lady named Audrey. I had never met Audrey before, but Audrey is someone that works at the soup kitchen that pretty much runs the soup kitchen here in Torrington. And Audrey, I witnessed this firsthand, had given Ant some money to help bond out Jessica. And then there was probably about 6 or 7 other people came later on as I was there in support of Jessica. And I ended up doing an interview with Audrey, and like I said, I lost the interview. So I'm going to meet with her at some point this week because she has an interesting story. So, Ant, what's the news? So were you able to get your
Yes, I
wife
was.
out?
It took a little longer than expected, you know what I'm saying? But I got her Sunday night
Okay.
with the help of the church, and of course, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You helped me out with the final touches.
Okay. Okay.
So she's right over there,
She's here. So what we're going to do now is, and I'll just ask Ant before I bring Jessica into the interview. Um, how's your substance use? Are you using?
You know what? I've slimmed down a lot since then, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Because it's not my priority, you know what I mean? And it's honestly, I don't like reality. You
Okay.
know what I mean? Reality sucks.
Okay.
So I try to do anything to, get out of reality. So I'm not in here because this is my prison.
Inside your own head. Okay. All right.
So
So
I've been smoking more weed and less crack. You know what I mean?
okay. Okay. All
So
right.
I'm doing better.
Okay.
I'm
So
doing
we're
better.
going to bring in the lady of the hour right now. Jessica, it's good to see her. So she's going to join Ant, and then we're just going to hear from Jessica um, about how she's doing now, and if there's been any changes to the housing situation. So Jessica,
Okay, I'm gonna go get a cigarette.
yeah, go ahead, go run and grab a cigarette. So Jess, glad you're out.
Oh, me too.
And let me ask you, how long were you in?
36 hours.
36. So that was quick. And
Yeah, he's pretty quick.
yeah, so I tell you, Ant was on it. I saw it
He
firsthand.
was on
He
it.
was on it.
He was on it from the minute they took him.
Okay. Is there anything to be learned from that? I
Well,
don't.
in all actuality, I was arrested. It was unlawfully. The warrant was unlawful. I found this out while I was in lockup. I talked to
Okay.
the bond commissioner, and the warrants for failure to appear, 2 out of 3 of them were unlawful because there was never a court date issued.
Okay.
2 failed to appear to.
Okay.
So I talked to the bond commissioner. Everything's supposed to be straightened out when I go to court on the 11th.
Okay.
But I was unlawfully arrested due to a
Okay.
failure to appear on a court
Okay.
date
Okay.
that was never issued.
So how does it feel to be back with, you went what, because you two are always together, so you went a full
Man,
day
it was
without him.
horrible without him.
Okay.
And they ended up taking me up to the hospital to get my meds, and
Okay.
it was a mess. But
Okay.
you know what? I came back, I curled up next to him in the tent, and it was over.
Nice, nice. Well, I'm glad you two are back together again.
You're not the only one. I
Can
don't
I
know
ask?
where I'd be without him, man. I don't.
Okay. All
But
right.
I did get some more news from housing. I got a case manager finally.
Okay.
Now me and him are going to be doing intakes, the 2 of us together, for that specific agency.
Okay.
And then we can start looking.
Okay. Now, the agency you're connected, we don't need to know the name of it, but they're going to help you with housing.
Uh-huh.
And is there any requirements as far as receiving this help? Is it?
I just have to, once a month, they have to do a physical walkthrough
Okay.
of the apartment. And then once a month, I have to have at least a 10-minute phone call with the case manager.
Okay.
So the minimum, I have to make contact minimum 2 times a month.
Okay.
Once in person, once over the phone.
Okay.
Me being me, I make contact all the time. Every time I see them, I talk to them.
Okay. All right.
I'll see her every
So you
week.
go over than what you go over than what you have to
Yeah.
do. Okay.
I mean, the only requirement is that we don't have people living with us and we keep the apartment in decent shape. With I have OCD, that's not a problem.
Okay, I've heard you say that before. Now, can you both share what's going on with this substance use? Have you been using? Continue to use? Are you trying to
You
stop?
know, I did when I came home. I did get high,
Okay.
and I was so high that I haven't gotten high again yet.
Okay. So you did use when you got out. Okay. All right. All right. So what's next
But
for
I
you?
was sober for 2 days.
Okay. Well, good. Where you sleeping at tonight?
In our tent.
You got the tent.
We
So
got the tent. We set it up. We perked it. It's waterproof.
so the police aren't, because I know there was one time you said like they mess with you guys sometimes.
Because what happened was we didn't have the tents yet. We were just sleeping under the tree, and it started to rain, so we went down the hill from where we were into the front of the old Stop and Shop.
Okay.
And we were sleeping literally in front of Stop and Shop, and they said we could sit there, we just couldn't sleep. They
Okay.
were very, very nice about it, though.
So let me ask you this. So are you away from? Is it just you and Aunt there, or are there
No,
other
it's just
people?
us.
So it's just your spot.
That's
Yeah,
us.
Okay.
it's
We
just us.
won't tell nobody where we at.
Okay.
I tell everybody the opposite side of town.
Across town.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
once somebody else comes,
You can't see us from any point of view of the properties around us, and you won't know you were there unless you know where you're going.
Okay. Cool. Cool. All right. Wow.
But
Wow.
we're
I'm
safe.
glad. I'm glad we were able to catch up because I was really upset that I had lost the interview that I did with Aunt the other day. So, as of right now, you guys are back together. You got your housing situation in a better place than it was. You're going to spend the night in a tent. Now, let me ask you. Now, when you're in a tent together, I think the channel want to. Do you guys get high in the tent? Do you guys get high together? Okay.
We
All
get
right.
high
Just
together.
something.
I smoke my
Okay.
bowl every night.
Every
That's
night.
my
Okay.
buddy.
Okay. And
I name my bowls. I had Smokey, I had Buffalo Bill. I name every single weed bowl I have.
okay.
I love them.
And tell me, how would you like to end this interview? Because I'm glad that we were able to connect. How would you like to end it?
I'm so happy to be home.
Okay.
When you have
Don't
somebody,
get caught up on technicality and take you away from your loved ones, please.
Okay.
when
Okay.
you have somebody, do everything you can not to lose them. You know,
Okay.
Because having a woman like her, we're going on 22 years.
Wow.
In
And
20 days.
In
And
20
I'm
days.
43 years old.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I mean?
So on that note, we're just going to say I'm going to ask the channel if you want to continue to follow Jessica and Ant. I mean, they have an interesting story. So let's continue to watch them and we'll root for them. And like they say, nothing but the truth. So hopefully we're rooting for you guys and hopefully there's a nice ending to the story. All right. So we're going to
There
conclude it
will
on
be.
that note.
Gotta think positive.
There you go. There you go. And we're going to end it on that note. Thank you.